Ooh, it's a slasher film that takes place in the woods. Ooh, how original, guys. IMDb lists it as Don't Go in the Woods, but because of its awkward tagline, which exists on the poster and on the spine of the DVD plus the DVD cover, many people refer to it as Don't Go in the Woods Alone. And am I supposed to pause when I say this title? As in, hey, did you ever see the movie Don't Go in the Woods Alone? Hey, the title card says Don't Go in the Woods. Guess that settles that. The movie is directed by James Bryan, who has a history of confusing titles, having also directed The Executioner Part 2. There is no Executioner Part 1. We mainly follow a group of young people, of course, on a vacation getaway through the forest. Maybe one of these people knows the title.
Never go in the woods alone.
It's Don't Go in the Woods. The alone is optional, much like your acting.
That could have been a fatal mistake. Jumping off a log. There might have been a snake under there.
The only mistake here was casting you in a prominent role, which is ironic considering how one of the film's leads, Mary Gale Arts, is now a prominent casting director in Hollywood.
But that's okay, Craig, because we've got you.
But they're not the only idiots in the woods.
Oh, this is gonna be a great shot! Come on!
You know you've been introduced to the silly characters when the soundtrack farts on us. The editing here is getting questionable. Why is Big Gay Al climbing a mountain? Why is Spock strangling him on his rocket boots? What the fuck? Why is he now down there? And why is she suddenly bleeding? Who is doing all of this? This isn't me fucking around. The editing really is that confusing. This is Farrah Fawcett's worst appearance next to Dr. T and the Women.
Dick, it's just not perfect.
But they hear some noises outside and have to investigate. Oh yeah, and he doesn't last very long either.
Dick?
At least he got to accomplish one last thing in life, scaring the fuck out of his wife. And am I not the only one annoyed by the soundtrack? Yeah, it usually sucks when I get woken up by a music stinger.
Peter, you better bring up the rear.
Peter gets pissed and goes to sleep by himself. It's a good thing, too, because someone sneaks up at night and randomly butchers these people so he can awkwardly splice these cutaways into random scenes of Blair Witch 2. Home Alone is getting fucking serious. He's gone from paint cans to bear traps. I love how Peter starts out with a look of, holy shit, that guy was just fucking murdered, to, I don't give a fuck. Oh, and so Rob Zombie is the killer? I had no idea the movie was about a bunch of horror critics camping. Meanwhile, this idiot is building the world's tiniest predator trap.
Ow! 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 Ow!
I'm sorry, let me see it.
Son of a bitch!
Why the fuck does there need to be a killer? These characters are doing a good enough job trying to kill themselves. Look at this. One guy hangs up someone in a sleeping bag, then pokes at her with a stick out of fucking nowhere. Good thing for her, she has the world's brightest sleeping bag, and leave it to this jackass to be killed by stabbing the air right in front of him. Thankfully, this leaves plenty of time for escape. And why can't she tell the difference between a mountain man and the film's hero? This cabin looks on the up and up. Surely not something that a killer would live in. And way to set up a trap that doesn't harm intruders, it just shows them a dead body.
Craig!
Hey mountain man, maybe you'd see a little better without those anal beads on your face. Oh, thank God. Stephen Wright is here to save the day. You know what would really have helped this situation? If they didn't go in the fucking woods. No, Stephen Wright, no! Oh, well, at least this saves him from starring in Son of the Mask. And Sarah's gonna be really mad when she finds that everyone else from the Midnight Screenings crew left her in the woods. Later, these two geniuses realize that they've been under a cable car the past 12 hours and finally make it back to civilization. So... does that mean the movie's over?
Joni's still out there. I went up and left her.
Guess not. You know you're a hoarder when the cabin just takes a crap on you. Let's just say Grizzly Adams took the death of Ben really fucking hard. This is actually completely unrelated. The filmmakers just happened to cross paths with a posse hunting down Richard Kimball.
I'm going to the cabin.
There may be steakums in there, and I can't let this mayonnaise in my pocket go to waste. I think this movie is stretched out to 80 minutes only because the last act is this fucker taking forever to get from one place to another. Finally, the showdown that I guess someone was waiting for. Peter, it's okay, the mountain man just wanted his machete back! Turns out neither man nor animal is the most dangerous thing in the woods. It's a fucking stick! Sticks, man. I gotta give it to these characters. Now that they've learned their lesson, they're not fucking around. They are killing this guy until not even his soul can stand back up. We done good, man. And by good, I mean we did nothing. Wait a minute, what's this? Okay, what the fuck does that mean? Is this a prequel to Beware Children at Play all of a sudden? Now there's even more confusion with the title. In some areas, it's simply known as The Forest 2, even though it has absolutely no connection to the film The Forest, and was even made before that other film. And how exactly do they explain that soundtrack? Oh, the composer, H. Kingsley Thurber, originally recorded it as a joke, but the director liked it so much he kept it in? What about the overall cheesy nature of this film? Wait, the director's gone on record by saying that the hilarious cheese factor of the film and its tongue-in-cheek nature was intentional to the point to where some of the more brutal scenes were trimmed so it could retain its more comedic tone? Oh, well. Aren't I an asshole?